I Got the Hell Out does contain explicit content that might not be suitable for some listeners, such as children, those that easily get offended, and we do recommend that listeners at work put your earbuds in if you have coworkers around.
And if you like the show, please spread the word by telling as many people as you can. Would also appreciate if you would subscribe, rate, hopefully with 5 stars, and review the podcast on iTunes. You can find us there as well as on Stitcher and Overcast. You can follow us on Twitter at WasInACult, on Facebook at I Got the Hell Out, and on Instagram at I Got the Hell Out with an underscore after each word. You can contact us through our website at IGotTheHellOut.com.
Hi guys.
Hi, it's Laura.
And Deb, and we're back for another episode of I Got the Hell Out.
Okay,
You're
you're
just
looking
staring at me.
You're just staring at me.
You're just staring at me. We have a Kool-Aid recipe.
Okay.
And it didn't originally have Kool-Aid in it, so I just stole and
You can always add Kool-Aid.
Right. Oh gosh, no, I don't know what I did with it. Okay, hold on. It is called the Electric Smurf. Okay. And see, I'm going to get called on this again because I don't remember what it's called. The 1 ounce of blue
Curacao, I think.
Whatever it is, okay?
I think.
1 ounce of the blue Curaçao, or however you say it.
Just spell it out.
Laura, for you, regular rum. But it calls for 1 ounce of coconut rum.
Nope.
2 ounces of pineapple juice. And 2 ounces of Sprite or 7-Up, and I would add the Kool-Aid. Like a half a packet of Kool-Aid, like blue raspberry or berry blue lemonade or something, because you don't want to change the Smurf color.
No, you definitely want it bright fluorescent blue.
Okay, now Smurfette was the only girl Smurf.
Yes.
Who was the baby daddy at the end of that?
Maybe Grandpa Smurf? I don't know.
That's just sick.
It's the whole Smurfy thing, yeah.
Well, that's all right. Gargamel and Azrael, the cat.
What are you talking about?
On the Smurfs.
Oh, I never really watched it.
Oh, really?
I mean, I know Papa Smurf. I know there was one girl Smurf. That's about all I know.
Oh,
or all I care to know.
Anyway.
Do you want my surprise?
Oh, yeah. You told me that you had a surprise for me.
I think it was like on Tuesday, right?
I know. And I am Nebby Debbie, and no one, and everybody, I just can't stand to not know something. So, and you were going to, I have to put my glasses on because you're pulling something up on your phone.
Yes. Okay. Well, let me back this up a little bit.
Okay. I'm going to eat some Sour Patch Kids while you're
just
talking.
Don't chew in the microphone.
I'll try really hard not to.
So let me back this up. Remember that party that we went to for the city paper? We had all the free food and it was for like the best of and all that kind of stuff.
Yes.
Remember? Okay. Well, it's time to come up to nominate people now for the best of, the best bartenders, the best restaurants, the best
drag queen.
Yes.
We met her.
We met her. Yes. And she said I like your pantsuit. I was pretty happy.
Yes.
If a drag queen likes your outfit, you're good to go.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So, I get a text from Danny from Working Stiffs podcast. He's like, "Did you see the city paper?" And I'm like, "No."
The library has city paper.
Well, you don't need the paper. You can go online. But listen, let me just tell you my secret. My surprise. It was a secret.
Well, it is a secret and a surprise.
So what they do is before you can get to like nominate the best of, they have a whole category of nominations. So you have to go, and I think they pick the top 3 or 5.
Okay.
Like, and then that way, then you vote on those 5 or 3, and then there's the winner. Right?
Okay.
Okay. So for Best Podcast of Pittsburgh, look who is the featured one.
Oh my God! Oh my gosh!
We are the featured podcast for nominations.
Wow.
Not just, and guess how many podcasts are in Pittsburgh?
I don't know.
41.
That's it?
40 in Pittsburgh. That's a hell of a lot for Pittsburgh.
Come on, we are big.
But anyway, we are featured out of 41. We are the featured podcast.
That means we get in free.
No, people have to nominate us first.
Oh, yeah, go on the city paper.
I got the directions. I got them right here. That's why I said I have the paper here.
Okay.
Step by step. You don't need the city paper. And everyone listening, you do not need to be in Pittsburgh. As long as you have internet, you can go online and you can vote for us to be nominated.
Nominate.
Yes. And if we get nominated, then we're going to bother your ass about voting for us.
Yes.
So all you have to do is go to PGH City Paper, all one word, pghcitypaper.com. Okay. Once you're on the website, up in the right-hand corner is a thing that's called Best of Pittsburgh. So you click on the Best of Pittsburgh,
Okay. Then you pull that up, and there's a picture of like a guy on a swing. It's like a cartoonish guy on a swing. You click on that.
Okay.
I'm giving you step by step so no one can fuck it up, right? So you click on the picture, and then you scroll down to nominations. Okay. Then there's like a bunch of different categories. Our category is people and places.
Okay.
So then you click on people and places, and then you can just scroll through there, and you'll have best podcast, and you nominate us, and we're the ones that are featured in the box.
Oh my gosh. Oh, high five that's not real loud. Oh my
How
gosh.
amazing is that?
And you told me that it wasn't that big a deal because I said, give me a hint. Give me
I was
a hint.
teasing.
And oh my, you just made me have an adrenaline rush. And
Isn't that amazing?
And we're featured?
We are the featured one.
Who made that decision?
I have no idea.
Well, you know what? They did an article on us.
See, that's when I was talking to Danny. He's like, well, maybe you got the most people saying, hey, this is one we want nominated. You know what I mean? Because other than that, I have no, or maybe it's from the article. I don't know.
I have nothing in my noggin right now. All I know is if we get nominated, even if we don't win, that's
Can you
just
imagine?
That is just
yes.
Cool.
Because didn't I say that last year when we were there? I'm like, I just want to be nominated.
You know, last year when we were there and you were going, yeah, I want to win this. And you know, it's on your bucket list now because your bucket list just keeps growing with this podcast. Okay.
It does.
And you said, oh yeah, we're going to win it or we're going to be nominated. And you gave it a year. And I looked at you and I laughed. And I laughed so hysterically because, I mean,
because that gala was pretty big. I mean, that was...
Seriously.
Yeah.
And like I'm looking at all of these people and these plaques that are laid out, and I mean we kind of still sucked back then, really bad. Yeah. So anybody listening that you tell someone else to listen, start at like 22, shady shit, and then 23 is when the cult figures out.
And then if you're really drunk one night, then you can go back to the beginning.
Yeah.
I highly recommend alcohol.
Yeah, the first 5 are kind of rough. Audio wise, and we weren't real comfortable yet.
No, I was gonna say like intellect wise, it was kind of bad.
You know, this thing has taken on a life of its own. Yeah. And I had lunch, I had brunch, lunch, breakfast. What I always eat eggs, so what does it matter? But yeah, she cracks up over us. She can't believe how funny we are. And, you know, she spent time down there too. Mm-hmm. And she is just amazed at how this whole podcast has taken on a life of its own and the things that happen. And she said that she was really proud of both of us. And I love you, Mama. Oh, by the way, my mom said she's going to Burning Man with me.
You guys go. Have fun.
Well, she said it's all about the art. Right?
I'm assuming.
She went online and Googled
But it's
Burning
out in the
Man.
damn desert.
Now, wait a minute. She looked at pictures and she likes the art and the people, you know, the way they're dressed and whatnot. And she said she actually looked at the picture of them shipping containers and everybody had bathing suits and clothes on.
And in the showers.
In the glass-walled shower.
With the Dr. Bronners.
Right. But I had to explain to her, and I pulled up the overhead aerial view of how big the place was. Mm-hmm. I'm like, Mother dear, they have more than one shower there. And I'm sure they're labeled, you know, co-ed, women only, men only, ones that have clothes, ones that don't have clothes.
Right.
They make it so that everybody gets what they want. You know?
Yep.
So Mother dear was looking at the, you know, probably co-ed ones that you have to wear a bathing suit.
Okay.
I still say people are getting groped.
Oh, yeah.
I'd be groping. Do you grope anybody on the subway?
No. Why would I grope somebody?
Somebody who has a nice ass. You just... Yeah, as they're getting
that's
off
like
and
so
it's all
wrong.
crowded.
But that's so wrong.
I know, but that's just one of those little rules that you can break in life.
No, you can't.
Well, if they don't know you did it.
How do they know? They know you did it. They felt it.
Yeah, but there's like, it's so crowded. I only do it when it's really crowded.
Wrong. That is so wrong.
No one's ever grabbed your ass on the subway.
No.
I feel bad for you.
No one better grab my ass on the subway because I will kick them in the nuts.
I suppose you can look at it that way too.
You're looking at me like no.
You know what else is a no?
Oh, Lord, what?
Well, see, I was going to ask Brother Bob, but Brother Bob's been out of town, okay? Uh-huh. And I like to see the facial expressions. So it came up at work. I had to ask the guys at work about, you know, sidling up to some guy with a urinal.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Nick at work was like, hell no. It would be like sword fighting with dicks. Okay.
Ooh. Okay.
And Amy chimed in and she's like, ew, they might touch each other. That would really gross guys out, don't you think?
Yes.
And Patrick was like, oh, hell no. Can you imagine a cross stream? He goes, that would be...
That's like invading someone's space.
Well, yeah, I was unaware how much men know about urinal etiquette.
Or troughs.
Troughs, and a shout out to ex-member Sammy. Okay, that's who I had the original conversation with.
Okay.
And he worked on one of the work crews, and all of the toilets and urinals were ripped out of an office building that they were renovating. So, yeah, the cult has used urinals.
Nice.
Well, they magically probably became clean at sunset.
That's right. They salted them. What?
Well, I forgot to suck up the Dead Sea on your floor.
Yeah, thanks. There it is.
But your room's permanently koshered.
Well, alrighty then.
I mean, as long as the salt's in here, doesn't
I've
that
always-
like cure everything?
I've wanted a kosher room. Yes.
Did you know it was going to be with Dead Sea?
No, I did not.
Hey, how many times does it happen that like things come out of your mouth that you just had no idea that you're going to be uttering this in life?
Yes, exactly.
I just find it hysterical. And I did make that pie for you.
Oh, that was so damn sweet.
Yeah, anybody out there who tries the Kool-Aid pie, we just took a little tiny forkful and it was so sickeningly sweet.
Like taking a spoonful of sugar, literally, just mixing it with a little bit of water.
Yeah.
Ugh.
But it did taste like a dreamsicle.
Oh, it did. It totally did. But there's sweet, and then there's like disgusting sweet, and this was just disgusting sweet.
It was disgusting sweet, wasn't it?
But thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm trying to figure out where I'm going here.
With pending posts or what?
Well, no. Well, let's start at this end, okay?
Go for it.
Kind of left off with the bitch I love to hate being, one of the main judges.
Yes.
Okay, and somebody wrote to me and said, she does have a lot of power there. She was one of the 4 head judges, so she was right under Little Man. A woman. How did that happen out there?
Whoa.
I guess you have to keep the other women in line so you make a higher up woman.
That could be.
Maybe. I don't know. But listen to this. This ex-member, she said she was getting flack from people because I still talked to my kids when they left the cult, and I didn't cut them off. I talked to the bitch I love to hate about it, and she seemed sad. And she said that I was blessed that I could see my kids and grandkids. And she goes on to say, I can't imagine cutting off my kids. But everyone there said I should have, except her. I can't believe the bitch I love to hate didn't tell her to cut her kids off, because she's probably missing her own son.
Right.
And grandbabies. Which, hey, Brandon, I have that beautiful picture of you powerlifting all 3 of your girls. If you give me permission, I would love to post that, because you guys look so freaking happy. Happy. Anyway, she finishes off with, of course, she didn't make that conversation public, so I was still the rebel with my friends.
Oh.
And it's everybody's personal choice on who they cut off. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I can't ever imagine cutting my kids off. Dickhead Kenny, by the way, I asked him one time, well, what happens if one of your boys ends up being gay? He goes, oh, I'd cut him off and never speak to him again.
Oh, no.
That is just horrible parenting.
No shit. That's being a horrible human.
It is.
What that is. Not, let's just keep parenting out of it. That's just being a horrible human.
It is. It really, really is. And we're not going to go into that.
We could be here for hours.
We'd
be agreeing with each other, so what's the point, right?
Yeah, and I might...
Deep breath.
We have a lot of fun on the Facebook group.
Mm-hmm.
And Derek C. I posted those creepy ass children's. Hold on.
What?
I went back to the main page. It was called The children's lamp lighting sessions.
Oh, from last week. The picture.
Sessions.
Plural. Oh, so there's more than one lamplight session.
I'm supposing so. And like, I do have it in here from an ex-member. Let me know all about that too.
Okay.
But Derek C goes, holy hell, must you increase the creep factor with the skull emojis?
True.
Well,
I thought you were going to put poop emojis.
I just...
The variety, right?
I go about it as I go about it. I mean, I made little kids, one sleeping on the Bible, and the other ones are looking surprised, like, what the hell am I doing here? Type
Oh my god.
shit.
So what is the whole idea of that lamplight thing?
I have to get to it.
Oh, sorry.
And the one little boy in the one picture had long sleeves, blue surgical gloves, and you can see over his ears the mask part.
Oh, okay.
And somebody asked about that, and either that boy was unclean and trying to keep his uncleanness from being spread to other people,
The unclean germs.
microorganisms, whatever,
Right.
or he was in a clean and holy priestly state that he could go in front of God himself, and they don't want him to become unclean.
Gotcha.
Because, you might breathe in them microbes, so you got to wear your little masky thing and your gloves. And but we had a conversation about that, me and another ex-member. But I remember my oldest son coming home, and he was so upset because it was like the middle of August, and it's freaking hot. And because he came from his mother's house, he was unclean. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So they made him wear long sleeves, pants. They took tube socks, men's tube socks, and made him put his hands all the way to the ends of the tube socks and pulled the socks all the way up almost to his shoulders. Okay, and they made him wear the blue surgical mask so that he wouldn't get everybody else unclean from my house.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, now here's where an ex-member chimes in, and bless her heart, she was another child member when I was there, and unfortunately a lot of these kids grew up in their double digits in teen years after I left.
Okay.
But it's so nice to see that they're all doing so freaking good. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But she says about my son, bless his heart, I worked in the, in quotes, South upper office. And during the summer, it would get so hot in there. When we were, quote unquote, unclean, we had to wear gloves, long sleeves, and a veil or a mask. It was so horrible, smoldering hot. It's a miracle that no one ever had a heat stroke. And I thought about that. It's a miracle that no one... there were times I was almost having a heat stroke. And I was dressed as cool as I could be and still be skating under the rules.
Yeah.
Okay. I had been approached on many occasions and told, my neckline was too low or my ankles was showing. And
Ooh.
you can't show them ankles.
Can't show those sexy ankles.
I mean, I'm sure there might be a guy or two who has an ankle fetish. I went on...
Who knows?
I went on Craigslist looking for some extra cash. There's a lot of shit I can do, right? Mm-hmm. Somebody was offering $75 an hour to stand on bread and have your feet photographed.
What?
Apparently there's a fetish out there that men, they will eat a sandwich made from the bread. You put your, like, the front of your toes and the ball part of your foot. And you go up like you're on high heels on two, okay?
Okay.
And then they go on eBay, Craigslist, or whatnot, and they sell these 2 slices of bread and the photos of different angles of your feet on the bread and whatnot. And apparently it's a fetish that men eat a sandwich made with your foot bread.
And it's $75 an hour.
I didn't feel like getting kidnapped. Thought about it.
Well, damn.
So did you know no offense to people out there, okay? But did you know there's a thing of bald midget porn? Look at your eyes. I had to explain to my mother what teabagging was today.
No.
And
what was her reaction?
She freaked out because she called me to tell me how she likes how these other ex-members describe little man, like he who teabags his toilet water, right? And I've had to explain so much to her because she's so naive. I love you, Mom. And I couldn't believe she liked that saying. And I'm like, do you actually know what it means? She's like, yeah, like his balls are tea bags and he's making tea in the toilet with his testicles.
Oh my gosh.
And I explained it to her, and she did her noise. That it was too much information, and she really
Yes.
didn't need.
She
to
was
know
happy
that.
with thinking it was making tea.
Okay, guys, I'm not gonna tell you what teabagging is. You got a whole big
Urban Dictionary.
Urban Dictionary. And as they come up, I can tell you some other ones to look up. But yeah, she had no idea. Okay. Now, back to the creepy ass lamplight crap.
Yes.
Okay. This is off their official page with
Okay. Ooh,
creepy
look at
ass
that
little
picture.
man. Creepy ass little man
Ooh.
on it.
Yeah.
And he's in the corner grinning, and you see the hurricane lamp
Yep,
there.
I see it.
And it says, "Share your family lamplight photos with us."
Ooh.
Have a lamplight moment with yourself or your family that you would like to share? Send us your pictures. We would love to share your lamplight moments on our page. Just message us your photos to review. We look forward to seeing your lamplights.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so there should pretty much be a lot more of them creepy ass pictures coming up from that.
Oh yeah, you're gonna have to screenshot some of those.
Yeah, and then I just have trouble, like figuring out what little heads to put on the people. Do you know that?
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, shout out to, I'm just gonna give her initials. They may be old initials from the call. Might be her initials now. Maybe a combination of both. Okay.
Okay.
AF. AF.
F.
AF. I am so damn proud of her. She is the one that I told you that I got the unique opportunity to apologize to.
Oh yeah.
That I was screaming at,
Right.
with the mob mentality.
Right.
And that's really, have you ever had mob mentality?
Yeah. It's looking back, you're just like, what the hell was I doing?
Yes, but at the time, the other people were
Yes.
feeding your frenzy.
Yep.
And I never understood how people who normally wouldn't do something in a mob will go along with it. Crazy shit, okay?
Yeah.
But I got to apologize to her for that, and she's like, "It's water over the bridge, girl. It was Cultyville, what do you expect?" But she was invited to speak at her daughter's sociology class a couple months ago, or whenever it was. I'm bad at remembering shit. And she actually was asked to come back and speak again, okay? And here's where this thing is getting beautiful, Laura, beautiful. This thing has taken on a life of its own, as me and you were discussing.
Right.
Right? She actually was interviewed by her local radio station.
Very cool.
For any of you out there who want to listen to her interview, it is WVKX. Okay? And that's 103.7.
Okay.
Okay? Yeah, and Brandon and his crew are making documentaries, and we're just cruising
Balls
along.
rolling.
I still can't believe we were nominated for the best Pittsburgh.
We're featured. We're the featured nomination.
Oh my god! And I thought, I good Lord, girl, I everything you've told me about stuff, and I laugh at you.
See?
I just feel like I had a freight train roll over me with everything that just.
Could you just imagine if we're one of the nominations?
I
Exactly.
gotta get my thoughts together.
Exactly. So people vote for us.
Oh.
Like, we gave you the instructions. Please, please, please.
Look. Her interview on it's a Facebook page.
Okay.
It's Love LOVE with a space 103.7 with a space in FM because okay. And it says lock in on Thursday and check out the powerful story of AF, former member of the cult. All women need to know that you can make it through anything. And women out there, you can make it through anything. I know her story, and it's her story to tell. All I can tell you is I can't tell you.
You gotta listen to it.
But I couldn't even imagine her life out there. Okay, she was married to an elder that was just a very bad elder, okay? And that elder kept accumulating wives that just kept getting younger and younger and younger, and the way he accumulated them was not nice. And just shit and stuff and whatnot. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I am sure her story is also freaking incredible.
Oh, sidebar real quickly. We have 3 patrons we need to thank. I wanted to do this before I forgot.
Yeah, and Pippi needs to stop barking.
Well, it's like a nice day out there. It's not raining, so he's just like going berserk.
Just keep going.
Yeah, I'm going. Would like to thank, I think it's pronounced Esme, E-S-M-E.
Yeah,
Esme. That's such a pretty name, and I wish I was pronouncing
I
it.
think it's a guy. I don't know. I
I'm
feel so bad.
I know, I feel like such an idiot.
Well, all these names from foreign countries, I ask
Such a
you.
pretty
I try.
name.
We try really hard, Esme.
So Esme P, Virginia P, and Jared B. Thank you so much.
Another great shock, Laura, that you said, people would donate to our cause to help pay the costs and expenses of what we do. And how hard did I laugh at you at that one?
See?
And by the way, guys, I send you way more crap than just what it says you're going to get. So you'll all be happy. You can post your little pictures of what you got and whatnot.
Debbie's care package.
I'm telling you. And it's always fun to get mail. Nobody
Oh, hell yeah.
sends mail anymore, for crying out
Yep.
loud. Everybody's just happy to get,
Text.
yeah. Anyway, I read a really, really powerful article this week.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I mean, every word of it was just like, wow, 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 wow. Okay. It was written by a woman named, here we go again, Shahida Ariba, Shahida, with a last name of Arabi. And she has 4 books along with, I think, a blog and some other things. Okay. But the article was entitled, Why the Women Society Calls Damage Are the Most Powerful.
Oh.
And I mean, gosh, it was just an amazing article. But the one quote I wanted to quote her on was, damaged people don't sign up for the hardships of their journey. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But we do play the hell out of the cards that we're dealt. And in all honesty, I mean, if you think you're damaged, you're not. I mean, the best blades are forged in steel and they're bent over and over and over and over again. The sharpest blades, you have to keep manipulating that metal. And the things that you go through in life make you who you are. I mean, I never thought I could do half of the things that I did trying to get the hell out of that place. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, it's a really, really good article. About the author, it says she's a best-selling author of 4 books and the founder of a popular blog for abuse survivors. And I guess that's called Self-Care Haven. She has a passion for inspiring trauma survivors to tap into their inner magic, transcend and transform their experiences, and manifest their dreams. For more motivation and miracle making, you can visit her Facebook page at The Smart Girl's Guide to Self-Care. And I'm sure that article can be found there also.
Right. It's probably linked somehow.
Oh, and I had a burning question. Maybe our listeners will know.
Okay.
Why does everyone associate Satan with heavy metal? I mean, for all we know, he could like smooth jazz, bluegrass, country. He might like classical, piano.
That's right, because Satan's a woman.
Right. But yeah,
I don't know.
It's a burning question.
I'm sure there's a reason how that came to be. I just have no idea what it is.
And I love the success stories of the ex-members that I come across, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give a shout out to Eleanor, okay? The elementary school that she works for, she is Employee of the Year.
Oh,
I mean,
that's awesome.
People have done great things leaving that place, and I just applaud everybody for their accomplishments and making their dreams come true and getting out of the shithole that tells you can't think for yourself.
Yeah, and here they are.
My friend Karen, she was going to nursing school and they were telling her she was filling her kids with demons because she was taking them to a sitter that wasn't in the cult.
Ooh.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and there's a book for everything, right?
Oh, yeah.
Prison Ramen.
What? It's a cookbook.
It's a
Prison
cookbook.
ramen.
Recipes and Stories from Behind Bars. It's by Clifton Collins Jr. and Gustav Goose Alvarez.
Oh my gosh.
We had a question come in through Twitter, I guess. Antigone, the Tragedy. I really need to know if the elders of your cult were reading the Old Testament of the Bible in ancient biblical Hebrew and Aramaic. Where the hell did they learn it? If not, how could they claim that they were reading the original? So many questions for these quote unquote scholars.
Yeah, that's a loose term.
To answer your question, they actually took the English word and took it to a lexicon, interlinear concordance, and it traces it back to the root, tells you whether it's Greek, whether it's Latin, and they trace it back.
So they never studied the language themselves.
As far as I know, unless somebody's like Sheldon on Big Bang, I don't think anybody's taken the time to learn Hebrew or.
Gotcha.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, those scholars are just, and look how creepy this is. This was like the original pulpit, and they carved carrots into it.
Oh, why?
So that because when you want to go someplace, you dangle the carrot in front of the donkey. But
right.
see, he threw carrots in there for another reason, because they're on the farm.
Mm-hmm.
They pulled up 2 or 3 carrots that were all intertwined with each other.
Okay.
And all 3 carrots, oddly enough, went through it must have been a guy's ring because it was big, a big ass man's ring. All 3 of the carrots, and they were squeezed. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And they actually put it in a vase, and they put that like clear hardening stuff, the resin.
Mm-hmm.
And the carrots were to show, I don't even fucking remember. Okay. But there was this whole big story. So they carved the carrots into the pulpit here that you're looking at.
Okay.
But once again, I know people that listen to Little Man and other people talk. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What the carrots meant to him was, in the old days, when your donkey didn't want to go, you tied a carrot to a stick and held it in front of the donkey, just
and
letting
they just kept going.
Almost getting it. And so he would laugh and say that he has his entire flock chasing after the carrot like the asses that they are. Isn't that fucked?
What a narcissist.
Anyway, yeah, these are things on their official page, and they just... Fill your head with the books of Israel. Adult editions, volumes 1 through 12, and children's editions, volumes 1 through 3. It will give you understanding, wisdom, knowledge, and truth.
All right.
Would you like to read them, Laura?
Nope. That's a big fat nope.
Okay. Would you like a pastor's bread sack quote?
Sure.
Question. Who do you call when you need expert advice on the Holy Scriptures?
Ghostbusters?
You call the only little manologist.
What?
Well, they use his name.
Right, but still.
But yeah.
Still.
And in quotes, he who rules as God prophesied in the last days to teach you to have common sense instead of no sense.
Well, what?
I don't know. Little man's coming to teach you common sense.
Okay.
I'll cross out the names and.
You either have common sense or you don't. You know.
Exactly, and most people don't have common sense. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Shout out to a group of retired U.S. Navy SEALs. They're saving teenagers from human trafficking.
Oh, nice.
That article can be found at articles.a, spell the word out, plus, a+.com. Okay? And,
What was that?
Oh, and he wants his people to be like sheep.
Yeah.
Here's a quote. Anyway, if you could keep that in mind, and the sheep said, Jesus said, the sheep. That makes no sense. But anyway, They know my voice. They hear me and they follow me. Well, of course the sheep knew him. His sheep knew him. They knew that he was their protector and guide, teacher, instructor, and they were in unity with him, so they heard him. They wouldn't hear a stranger. They could hear him with their ears. Yes, they could hear a stranger's voice with their ears, but they were afraid of the stranger. And when the stranger got near them, they ran.
Wow.
I read that because here's the next part, okay?
Oh, there's more.
It never ends. The stupidity never ends. But they wouldn't run. A sheep wouldn't run from its own shepherd. And that's one reason I'd like for all the children to get acquainted with the sheep and goats. They are the best there are for teaching you that lesson.
What?
He wants the children to play with
You
sheep.
play with sheep and goats?
Maybe he's turning them into, herders that young.
Although if it's a little baby goat. You ever seen little baby goats? How adorable they are.
Did you ever get butted by a little baby goat?
No. But didn't you ever see any online? They have these little baby goats wearing sweaters. Did you ever see them?
And pajamas.
Yes, they're so damn cute. Anyway,
somebody told us we need to check out the podcast, The Plain People.
the what?
Plain People, Plain.
Oh, okay.
And she warns us that in advance that it's rough. She's cried on multiple occasions, and that hosts are both ex-Mennonite and they speak with others similar to themselves. She just hopes that more people hear all of these stories because there's just so many of them. Do you know that? My story is not unique. There's probably several cults in every state. I mean, we
just don't know about them.
We just had a lot in our state. We did. We had a lot of cults in our state, and I don't know why. Quoting Little Man all the way back.
Doing Little Man?
God, I swear I would commit suicide first.
Oh my God.
This sermon is from 85, and he says, I told a man this morning, you can walk out on me, but one thing you can rest certain of, I will never leave you. I will never forsake any one of you here. As long as I see that you're trying, I will keep working with you as I have for many. And many of you know that I have helped you, not only in physical things, but I've helped you in spiritual support, and I will continue to work with you as long as I see any hope. And I will love you all the way and die for you any minute that I'm asked to.
Okay.
Big words for a little man.
Sure.
Damn. Okay. What else do I have here? Oh, okay. I know where I have to go now. I have to leave that spot.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway, this ex-member has only been out for about 3 years or so. Mm-hmm. Okay. She told us about the lamplight services.
Yes. Sessions.
They're not okay because they're shoving the propaganda in. This is explained in the 13th book of Little Man, part 1, chapter 26, verse 78. Okay? Mm-hmm. I've told you about the nights that we would now, in the wintertime, we would have Bible studies. Our studies would start early because we'd have lamplight, and we would all gather around the table and we would read the scriptures. I guess that was his childhood entertainment.
Right.
And Grandma's bonnet wearing. I gotta find more pictures and see if anybody's wearing these damn bonnets and things. Okay. Now we're jumping to, we're still in the same book, but it's chapter 19, verse 2. Mm-hmm. I have been trying to get a copy of what it would cost you for this solar electric. We have the cost now. It depends on the package you want and what you want in a solar system.
What?
I guess he's selling solar panels and shit now. Okay.
Why not? Right?
I have the one that I hooked up a couple of months ago. I have one light that I read with that hangs over my desk. I think it's a 14 watt or something like that. That is more than I need. I can read with a candle or by lamplight. Some of you guys who are younger than I am may need more light. I do not know. As you get older, your eyes improve. Keep that in mind.
What?
You don't get more hair on your head, but your eyes improve. I'm not ashamed of that. I know some prophets who were bald-headed too, and I certainly want to be one of them.
Then shave your head.
One of these days.
What does that even mean?
For a while, he was telling you to stare at the sun. It would fix your eyes.
Oh my god. Oh.
And people, I had
Oh.
I had another friend named Debbie. Okay.
Okay.
And she was a little out there, so we didn't really talk a lot.
Right.
Our children were the same age, but she had girls, I had boys.
Okay.
So at some point we were, anyway. She was blind as a freaking bat.
Because she stared at the sun?
No, because I remember the sermons that, all you have to do is keep asking God and your eyes will get better. And as you get older, your eyesight gets better. But the pagan world and people like you, Laura, you push reading glasses on people and that damages their eyes. Did you know that?
Did not.
You're
know
a
that.
harmacist.
Sorry.
Take the P off of it. You're a
Harmacist.
harmacist. And a sorcerer.
Yep.
And a wizard. And a poisoner. You're causing people to go blind, Laura.
Good Lord.
Apparently, when there's solar eclipses, he tells people to watch them. Because
because
your eyes.
that's what you're supposed to do. Yeah.
But yeah, see, my friend Debbie had and I hate to say it, those Coke bottle thick glasses.
Mm-hmm.
And it was funny because I've watched her run into a couple of things as she was claiming her eyes were getting better because she was listening to Pastor.
Oh, gee. Oh, no.
And all I could think of was...
No.
And of course she couldn't drive anymore because she couldn't see. But hey, one day God's slowly healing her eyes and she's going to keep using sun therapy.
God also created eye doctors and glasses.
Sun therapy. Come on. Staring at that big orange ball ain't going to fry your retinas. Come on.
Oh, no. There's no studies about that. No. Oh, my God.
Yeah. Anyway, okay. Here was something that she answered earlier also. Remember the rainbow sashes?
Yes.
And we kind of figured it couldn't be, gay pride.
Oh, there's no way.
No, because they don't, unless it's woman on woman and you don't tell anybody.
Right.
You know what I mean? Okie doke. Let me see if I can find this here.
You have it. You're like
I don't
swaying back and
know.
forth. Okay, let me try to guess what they could be for. Something to buy the rainbow in the Bible?
Yeah, but I know she...
Is that what it is?
Well, she covered it with what the rainbow crap was.
But I'm saying, is that what it's from? Because I know there's after the flood, there was a rainbow.
No.
I think that's not it. Okay. I'm trying to think if it was something biblical.
No, but I read the rainbow stuff. She says it's online.
Okay. Do you remember what it was?
It's something about little man saw the rainbow and it went from the cult land campground all the way to the press room, but it wasn't a rainbow. It was like a 90-degree arc and it only had 4 colors. And
What?
I don't know.
Maybe that's because his eyes are bad from staring at the sun.
I don't know, but I had it written down somewhere. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. You can read it next week. Because as soon as we turn the microphone off, you'll find it.
Oh, of course. That's where I find everything. Okay, well, let's head on over to our pending posts for the week. How's that sound?
Sure.
Because there's answers there.
Oh, okay.
I have answers here for some things. Derek, we did the hippie juice already. Sorry, good one. Amanda S. says that you can find the Tropicals at Walmart. Those are the Kool-Aid.
the tropical Kool-Aid.
No, Tropicals, the
Tropicals.
Kool-Aid pickles.
Oh, ooh,
And they're made by Great Value. They're even cheap. Come on.
Nope.
No. Okay. We got some answers. Remember I asked you how little you had to be a little person or a dwarf?
Yes.
Anne answered a few of our questions. And she says a dwarf little person is technically anyone under the height of 4 feet 10 inches.
Okay.
I'm close. I'm 5'4".
You're not close.
And I have to look this up, okay? And she says, also, strictly speaking, an orgy is 5 or more people in the same room without shoes or socks on.
Without shoes, so they could have everything else on.
I don't know. I have to look it up. Maybe Urban Dictionary. But she says...
You can look that crap up and have that in your browser.
Strictly speaking... good Lord, if the government, I'm sure I'm on a watch list somewhere is all I can tell you.
Oh, I'm sure you are.
And you know what, people listening out there, if you ain't on some kind of watch list and hated for something, you're doing life wrong, man.
You're no fun, right?
Yeah, 5 or more people in the same room without shoes or socks on. That's an orgy, okay? Did you have any idea?
Nope, did not.
She also said that the Midwest picks up various terminology and slang from everywhere. She says, as far as I know, I have no direct connection to Pittsburgh, but I grew up in Iowa near a large aerospace engineering business and have picked up, so many weird words. Nobody knows what a gum band is. G-U-M-B-A-N.
Yeah, it's a rubber band.
Gum band.
Gum band.
You got a gum band? And I don't know if this is spoof or not, but Tamara G, she says, I wonder if the cult has heard of this yet. Okay.
Okay.
It's on rare.us, R-A-R-E.us. Putting wasp nests in vaginas is apparently a gross new medical fad.
That's been a while ago. I saw that on Twitter a while ago.
Are you shitting me?
I shit you not.
Okay, are there still wasps in it?
That I don't know because I did not read any further. But this was almost a good year ago.
Do you see my face?
Yes, I see your face. And that was mine when I read it.
I honestly thought it was satire.
Nope.
Why would you put a wasp nest up there?
Because you're a moron? I don't know.
Oh my God, I was going to decline. We'll see what Facebook has to say about this, okay?
You'll get banned.
Chris S., she sent an article about nut milking exposed.
Nut milking. Oh, for like almond milk.
Yeah, remember little nipples
little
on the
nipples
milk?
on almonds.
Yeah. And she also says she doesn't know anybody from Pittsburgh, okay?
Right.
But her family uses the term jag off a lot.
Well, good. 'Cause it's a good word.
And she doesn't know how they came by it, but it's a common saying for her family. And they also say soda instead of pop. She said, we're kind of weird, okay? Would you like to hear a corny Pittsburgh joke?
Oh, Lord, sure.
Weasel walks into the saloon and goes up to the bar, and the bartender says, well, what do you have? Pop goes the weasel.
Oh, my God. Pop. Oh, that's such a Pittsburgh joke.
Pop goes the weasel.
That is such, and so is your shirt that you're wearing, by the way.
I know. I have to.
I'm surrounded by jagoffs. Does that include me?
No, but remember I told you that shirt was missing my favorite one.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Right. And Virginia P., I have to send this to you. She wants to trade promos with us. Her and her boyfriend do a podcast called Wait, You've Never Seen...
Oh, a movie.
Right. And like episode 33, wait, you've never seen the Muppet movie?
Oh, cool. And then they talk about the movie.
Yeah. And
nice.
I feel so old, Laura, because where I work, it is such a comedy that it would make a freaking comedy. Like Cheers or...
Oh, where you work.
Right. And I was mentioned Alice from Alice's Restaurant with Mel and Flo
Oh,
and
my God.
Vera.
Kiss my grits.
There was only 2 people in the entire bar who knew anything of what I was talking about. Everybody's looking at me and I'm like, oh my God.
Showing our age.
But where I work is Mel's Diner on steroids, is all I can tell you. You know, when I go
So which one are you?
I'm SpongeBob. I'm the glorified SpongeBob.
I was asking out of Alice, out of the 3. Which one are
I'm
you?
not a waitress. I mean, it's like Mel's Diner now. Okay.
I'm just being a smart
I'm
ass.
SpongeBob. I'm back here just taking it all in, happy, and yeah. Anyway, okay, I found it.
Oh, the rainbow thing.
Yeah, see, I told you I keep too many spaces that I don't need.
Anyway.
Thank you going out to this member. Okay. He had a whole sermon on the 4-color sash rainbow and it was at the Seder meal. It's color coding.
Ooh, okay.
She says, the 4 colors that show he brought you from the fiery furnace to perfection. That's what the colors show. I wrote this song showing these colors and what they represent you have to come through. It's a beautiful thing here that God is showing you. And oh, by the way, in parentheses, it shows that little man's crying and everybody's screaming, praise God, and they're applauding.
Okay.
Because that's what they would often do. Like, he'd go up there and get all weepy about something.
About what? Something's not going right? Or he's
No, because it's such a beautiful thing that God is showing him this stuff.
Okay.
And then the entire place, would break out into applause. And, yeah.
And he totally got off on that.
Anyway. Okay, it goes on to say. But the start of the rainbow was over the studio where the messages are made and where they go out. And then the other end of the rainbow came to the sanctuary over this way. Praise God, applause. We could see it over here, but that's not all. He said the end of this rainbow that was sitting over there, it was a 4-color rainbow. By the way, the same color as the sash that I told you about last week. 4-color, not 7, is a normal rainbow. So
wait. 4 colors is the normal rainbow.
No, 7 is a normal rainbow.
No, but I'm saying he's saying 4.
The rainbow that he has, and he has his people wearing, is only 4 colors.
And the rainbow he saw is 4 colors.
4 colors, not 7, is a normal rainbow.
Not how prisms work, but okay, sure.
I was shocked when I was reading this. Like I said, these people do not science in any way, shape, or form. Okay. It was 4-color rainbow, Laura.
Okay.
He said there was a huge drop of water, looked like a drop of water, like you'd see a drop of water like from a faucet, but he said it was huge. It was like big as a house, and it wasn't clear. It was gold, and it was sitting right over the top of that studio at the end of the rainbow. So apparently...
So he's having hallucinations.
Somebody is. I don't know if this is from Little Man... This has to be a sermon he was giving.
Right.
And he must be quoting somebody that saw this huge-ass drop of water as big as a house sitting right over the sanctuary. Okay.
Sure.
And it was at the end of the rainbow. Like, it was... Like
so instead of a pot of gold, there's a big gold raindrop.
I don't think it was gold, okay? But he goes on. It wasn't a rainbow. It was just a straight line of those 4 colors. And it was beautiful. It wasn't a bow. It was just straight. So now he's claiming the rainbow was straight up and down and only 4 colors.
Oh, my God. Oh, Lord.
By the way, the sash, the straight 4 colors that we had before, it was shown to us again yesterday. Yes, yesterday evening. So I guess they're seeing straight up and down rainbows of only 4 colors. Are they eating peyote out there?
They're eating some funky mushrooms, I think.
You know what? I bet he has the Orchid Man come out. No, True Green come out and do the lawn. And then these people are eating all these chemicals and shit and hallucinating.
Oh, my God.
Verse 1, and I saw another, the same. The 7th work is what this involves here. Mighty Malak came down from heaven, clothed with a cloud and a rainbow. A rainbow. You should remember what went on at the feast with the rainbow. So apparently everybody at the feast saw this straight up and down rainbow at some point. I do remember the feast that there was like a meteor sighted or something.
Oh, brother. How did that go over?
I was one of about 10 people that actually saw it. You had to be outside and you had to be looking in that direction to even see it. That was a whole big production of, that was a sign from God and all kinds of shit.
Remember what it was a sign of?
I don't remember. It was just bullshit. I knew it was a meteor, but that was back before, smartphones and Google, where you could go, gee, was there a meteor spotted over
Google
this town, you know?
Right.
Anyway, he goes on about, now, since then, of course, we saw the double rainbow with the same colors. That pinkish red, the only thing I can think is that might resemble is the blood in a person's body who is eating pork or pork products.
Oh, brother.
We're taken from that to the gold, which started us growing. The green, and then, of course, we're going to the purple now, which means royal kingdom. It's so beautiful what God has laid out there for us. They also told me that in between those 2 rainbows was my face, which represents the house of God. Plain as day, they said.
Wait, his face was in the sky?
Well, I guess like on the Wizard of Oz. Between the 2 rainbows.
Sort of like the bat signal goes out. It was sort of like his
Who
face.
the hell was hallucinating this shit?
Oh my God, someone was hallucinating his face.
Between 2 straight up and down 4-color rainbows, that one of the colors is gold.
No.
And apparently from what I've just read with this, the 4 colors are what his crew is going through. So they're on the 3rd color now, becoming the royal family. Because remember, I told you, he keeps throwing you breadcrumbs of,
right.
You're good, you're
I
out
love
there.
how his face is out there.
They also told me that in between those two rainbows was my face, which represents the house of God. Plain as day, they said. Okay, Laura, why didn't anybody whip out their smartphone and start taking pictures?
Well, because the thing is, if it's seen up in the sky, usually more people will see it.
Oh my God. Okay, the hallucination continues.
Oh, no.
Okay. There must be pictures that they photoshopped. Okay? There must be. Because he goes on to say, this one picture that I saw where I was standing and the rainbows started below my feet to the left of my body and came up. The sash that we have come across my chest. You couldn't even tell the difference. The colors were so perfect that they blended right in with that rainbow. Now you think about Jesus, who put that rainbow over my picture. My face is plain. There is no mistaking it. I looked at it myself. They gave me a copy of it. The picture was made about that wide and that tall, and I could see it plainly. Glasses. My glasses and everything. So now the little man is telling his congregation that they actually did snap a picture of this shit.
Okay.
His face is floating in the sky like the great and mighty Oz. The man behind the curtain. I mean, he's stealing from the Wizard of Oz for crying out loud.
He probably watched that movie and was like, yeah, that's a good one.
I'll make my face float in the clouds between two straight 4-color rainbows.
Oh my God.
Anyway, but that's why the purple, remember? The scripture books are purple.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And I do remember perusing their private page at one point. This was a few years ago. But they had these funny little commercials that they made. And I guess it was home video cameras or whatnot.
And where did they put these things?
On their God.com channel, on their Facebook page. Whatever, right?
Okay.
But it would be like 6 of us, okay, friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like, we're just standing around, right, talking. And then all of a sudden another friend comes running up and goes, Did you hear? This feast, Pastor said we're going to be gold. And that's where the mustard pimp shit come in. Because you can't turn linen gold. It turns out baby shit, mustard fucking color.
They could have bought gold lame.
Anyway, that's when Pastor was saying that they were perfected. Like fine gold, okay? Now they're moving on into the purple because, you can only milk that shit for so long before you got to move on to another color.
Because you need people to buy stuff in that color.
Right. There was an ex-member who was a man, and he said his last 3 or 4 years there, he spent no less than $600 or $700 every year. Because they changed the color of the talis. They changed the color of the kippas. Oh, wait a minute. You have to have a rainbow sash now. And they're all wearing the rainbow sashes, by the way.
Oh, my God.
So, yeah, that's the story of the rainbows and little man floating in the clouds
face.
like the great and mighty Oz.
Oh, my gosh.
And then he's... how is anybody swallowing this shit?
I got nothing on that. Oh my God.
He stole from the Wizard of Oz, and here I am pulling the curtain back on him. It's little man, motherfuckers. Come on.
Yep.
And he's not even just, I don't know. Anyway, I'm not sure if I have. Just to finish this off, we read that article last week, okay, about all of these people trying to help keep, kids out of the cult, right? Mm-hmm. And when I was in the process of leaving, that entire town is somehow controlled by them, is all I can tell you. And I was basically told that I couldn't use that in my divorce, because they have freedom of religion.
Oh.
Just like the X-rated tapes. I went to CPS, Child Protective Services, and I knew several people there, and one of them was pretty damn high up. He was like the 3rd ranking at one point. And he said as gross and disgusting, because he listened to parts of some of them, he said he couldn't bring himself to listen to the entire, just like you. You're listening to the X-rated tapes, and you just can't finish it. But he said that, unfortunately, that's part of what our country was founded on, is freedom of religion and freedom of speech. But I do have hope because those articles are helping other families.
Right.
And I want anybody out there to know that there's a shit ton of ex-members that are more than willing to write letters about different things, mind control, if you need help getting out of situations and things like that. But in my case, Laura, it really sucked because, I told you I got done dirty by my attorney.
Yes.
Oh, that rhymes.
Done dirty by my attorney.
I did, got done dirty. But Kenny would take the kids for the summer or one full month, okay? And Kenny loved to torture me, motherfucker. And he for 2 weeks just kept reminding me that it's his month coming up, it's his month coming up, it's his month coming up. But he wouldn't tell me where they were going. But all he would do was giggle and tell me that I would never find them.
Oh my God.
And for one full month, the whole month of July, from July 1st at 6 o'clock till July 31st at 6 o'clock, I didn't get to speak to my kids. Not one time.
I can't even imagine.
And they were, 4 and 6.
Oh my God. And what did they think?
Oh, they're with Daddy. They're on an adventure. He's got money. He makes everything so fun.
Oh,
Come on. It's buying love for crying out loud. But as a mom, I had no idea where my children were for a whole month. And I'll tell you what, the things that go through your head.
Yeah.
And I was afraid that he had taken off with them. That maybe, little man had his first wave going over to, Israel to build the temple. And, I've said before, Kenny is awesome at his contractor and a builder. There's literally nothing he can't do. But I thought, because I thought maybe they were, I would never see them again, that they were out of the country.
Holy shit.
But, they came home wearing Nebraska hats.
So they went to Nebraska.
Yep. And apparently they had fun.
Oh, okay.
But, at 4 and 6, when Dad's, taking you to parks and getting you, little four-wheelers and
buying
dirt bikes, and
yeah.
That's what he would do. Or he would rent a cabin on this one lake. They had cabins for rent.
Mm-hmm.
And then while they're there, they'd run a motorboat. And
all kind of fun stuff.
Yeah, that it takes money to do.
Right.
Both of my kids, though, have profusely thanked me and said that they remember me taking them fishing, me taking them hiking, going into abandoned places, that just you come across and go, oh, wow, this is cool.
Let's go
explore.
Yeah.
My youngest son, the school projects, you have to make stuff.
Yeah.
We made the planet Saturn out of Rice Krispie treats.
Oh, get out.
And let me tell you, it takes about 6 to 8 hours and a double batch.
Oh.
And you have to start by making the Rice Krispies, and you have to get it so that it's kind of chilly.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have to start forming it into a ball.
Okay.
And stick it in the refrigerator again, right?
Okay.
And you have to wait 10 minutes and go back because it is settled and the bottom is flattened.
Right.
So you have to reball it.
Reball it.
So it takes 6 or 7 hours of doing this until it's hard enough. And then we took blow pops and we made the rings around.
Oh my God, that's so cool.
But these are the things my kids remember,
Because it was quality time, that's why.
Exactly. And, the things that Ken did, it was just throwing money. And it pretty much basically would all be the same kind of stuff. And my one son tells me, it's just, the stuff he remembers with Dad, it just all blurs together. Boat rides, camping. Do you know what I mean?
Well, you can buy things and throw things at your kid, but not interact with them. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's what they remember. They remember the interactions.
Right.
That's what's important.
We would go to Raccoon, which is, just a little, it's a park. It's a state park. And I had a 1963 Shasta with the wings on the back of it. And we'd take that there for the weekend. And we'd have a freaking blast. Should have got arrested the one time.
Oh, no.
Real quick, The state we were in, you were allowed to use cast nets. Do you know what a cast net
I
is?
have no clue.
Look up cast netting, okay? It's a big circular net with weights on it. Okay. And you put one piece of it in your teeth, and you hold it a certain way, and you throw it, and when you throw it, it opens up and goes down into the water and catches anything because of the weights.
Okay.
Well, I was pretty
Doesn't it pull your teeth out?
Well, you let it go when it starts flinging. You have to hold that end up. Anyway, look up cast netting, people.
Sure.
Anyway, I have several of these of different sizes because little people can't use, like, the 12-foot or... Anyway, I take these suckers to Raccoon, and a lot of times fish ain't biting out there. So I pull out my cast net, right? I'm a cast netting, and we're bringing in buckets full of fish.
Oh, no.
To the point of people are wandering over. This should have clued me, okay?
Oh, no.
Guys are like, man, I've never seen one of them. Can I try it? I'm like, hell yeah. And I'm showing them how to do it and whatnot. Well, we kept a couple of fish for dinner and we let the rest of them go, right? Well, my sister was married at the time. Well, the girl I call my sister was married at the time, and he was an avid fisherman and knew the laws here inside and out, right? Apparently, if I would have been spotted by a game warden, or what are they called here?
I think game warden.
No, I think they're environmental protection people, whatever it is.
Right.
I could have gotten seriously fined. You're not allowed to use cast nets here.
Oh, really?
By the way, I invented this story for a future purpose, just in case they come after me. Know what I mean?
You dreamt that, right?
I dreamt it. I dreamt
wink,
it.
wink, wink, wink.
But, things like that, my kids will never forget that, wow, Mom broke the law and didn't even know it. And the shitty thing was we saved a couple of fish for breakfast. And the raccoons came and they beheaded the fish and only took bites out here and there. And, I mean, come on, raccoon, just eat the whole fish.
That's what they did to the ones in my pond, remember?
Yeah.
They went in and there was like fish laying on my sidewalk with the heads bitten off.
By the way, ravens around here, those really big black raven birds, they carry off baby bunnies.
No, don't tell me
And kitties, too.
Don't tell me these things.
A friend of mine posted it on Facebook today. She watched one of them big ravens go down to where she knew there was a bunny nest, and next thing you know, there's a fur ball flying in the sky.
Stop.
I'm sorry. I am sorry. We have a song for Kenny real quick.
Kenny's Corner.
Yeah. Oh, and my mom sent me Kenny's Corner restaurant.
Did you post that picture?
I don't think I did.
Oh, you got to post that.
Yeah, Kenny's Corner. Okay. I heard this song last night while we were having a few beers after work. Do you remember Ugly Kid Joe?
Vaguely.
I think he was like a one-hit wonder.
Something like that, yeah.
But the video's on YouTube. It's like 4 minutes long. It's a fun video. It's Ugly Kid Joe. And the song is Everything About You. Do you remember that song? I hate everything about you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my
Kenny, I hate everything about you, buddy. You made me so miserable, but like a fine sword, you just honed me in to like be a badass bitch. Thank you. And to everybody out there who's struggling, be strong when you're weak, be brave when you're scared, be humble when you're victorious. But here's the part you need to remember most: be badass every day. Because the strength that you got, I don't even know where it comes from sometimes, but you find it when you need it.
Yep. That is the truth.
Anyway, I guess this was just a babble session.
We'll save our topic for next week.
I know, we had a topic and
we did. We honestly had a topic.
Damn. Well, you blew my mind away. Please go vote, people. Go vote. Go vote. Go vote.
PGHcitypaper.com.
Oh my God. I bet you my boss and work is going to promote the hell out of this.
They have to.
Oh
they have
my gosh. I'm going to stop at the library and pick up city papers too.
But you do it online. It's not in the paper.
I know, but I'm going to snap a picture.
I think this was just online. I think
I'm still going to take a picture of the city paper.
No, when the nominations are there, I believe that will be in the city paper.
Oh, by the way, I almost forgot. Today's Omar count is 14. For those that keep track. Thank you, Betty.
Because you know I'm keeping track.
Thank you, Betty, for the Omar count. Thanks. Well, I think that's pretty much all I have. And again, it's probably not all I had, but hey, it's the shit show.
Amen.
I was making Kool-Aid pie and writing it this morning at, 10 o'clock.
Well, at least we have a topic for next week, right?
We do. You get to be lazy and do no homework. Aren't you cool?
What's our topic?
I don't remember. we'll keep it secret.
Keep it secret. Okay, we'll go with that.
All right, guys. This is the longest one we ever had, and we're
know.
getting close. You better get ready to hit that stop
I'm gonna hit
button.
the off button.
All right, guys. Send us your thoughts, ideas, Kool-Aid recipes, whatnot, memes, the whole 9 yards. If you need anything, call me, get a hold of me, text us, email us, and all that good shit.
Take a deep breath.
Well, I was
That was
pretending
all-
I was them. No commas.
No commas.
No commas. No punctuation.
Oh my God.
See y'all. Have a good one. Can't wait
Okay.
to get back next week.
Bye.
Bye.